Welcome to the Real Talk Show, where we talk about real life situations and things that affect us each and every day as we live in this life. And today I want us to talk about a statement, and the statement is so simple. In life, it never gets better, it only gets worse. So today we're talking about sometimes in life, some situations, they don't get better, they just get worse. And so, dear viewers, remember that your host is Mary Mwikali Muinde. And why I decided to talk about this simple statement today is because I've observed so many things in life. For example, let's take the way people are into drug addiction. So sometimes you might be in a relationship, let's say for example, and your boyfriend takes a lot of alcohol, let's say any kind of drug, and then in that relationship telling yourself, you know what, one day my boyfriend will be better. But surprisingly, if he does not choose to make his situation better, it doesn't get better, it will get worse. In this essence, okay, sometimes you may find that, or maybe your boyfriend maybe takes a lot of alcohol and stuff like that, but it can get to a point where he'll take so much alcohol and he'll not be able to control himself, and that's why he can do so much damage in terms of even hurting you physically. We have seen situations whereby you hear spouses, a husband came home and killed all his children. These things don't just happen. You don't just wake up in the morning and decide, you know what, today I'm going to hack all my children to death. No, you don't do that. It only starts somewhere. It doesn't have to be even drug addiction. Sometimes we see whereby people have anger issues, and you get into a relationship or into marriage with a man who has serious anger issues. So I always advise, before you get married to someone with anger issue, the first thing you should do, come on, we have so many counselors who are very much willing to help. You can go and consult someone, even your pastor, anyone, your parents, and tell them, you know what, mom, my husband has anger issues and I would want you to help us, try and solve this problem. And I'm sure so many people are out there, even friends, your friends can help you on how you can help your spouse work on anger issues. Because let me tell you something, I've realized people in this life, they stay in marriages, they stay in relationships that are so toxic. And why I'm saying it never gets better is that you find that if people in toxic relationship, their situation just gets worse. You find that today, somebody who had anger issues, you will wake up one day and you do something so slight, something so small, and he may damage the entire situation. He can beat you up and harm you. He can embarrass you in front of friends, and if people have gone maybe out or something. So sometimes if you realize small habits, work on them earlier. Because, my dear, if you lie to yourself and you're like, you know what, my boyfriend will change one day, don't wait for one day. Change starts today. So that's why today I just want to advise all of us that in whatever situation you're in, and you can see the situation is not going, it's not taking the positive route, try your best and work on that situation immediately. Because every time we sit on a problem, trust me, it only gets worse. So today I want to talk to all young ladies, all young men who are battling drug addiction, who are battling issues with anger, who are battling even depression. You may be in a relationship which is draining you and you're getting depressed, and you're like, you know what, I'll be fine, I'll move on. But there's nothing you're doing into wanting to move on. It doesn't even have to be relationship, it can be your studies. You may be failing, you're not taking the right course in your subject, or you just chose a certain career to impress your parents. Trust me, it will not get better for you. So if you want to change, start changing now. I've seen people who have taken medicine to impress their parents, people who have taken, they want to be pilots to impress their parents, but then they reach a point where they will not even ever do anything to that profession. So in any situation in life you have, start changing it right now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start changing your situation today. If you're in a relationship that is toxic, you're lying to yourself, oh, my boyfriend beat me yesterday, you know what, I'll just talk to my parents, I'll talk to my friends, I'll move on. No. Ask yourself, what is it that I can do to make this situation better for both of us? If it's counseling, if it's talking to someone, or if it's walking away. One thing I've realized is that many people in life fear walking away. Sometimes, trust me, walking away is a better option if you're not into marriage. But remember again, if you're into marriage, you can pray about the situation, because again, God tells us all the time, Come to me, my children, and I'll give you comfort. So once you go to God and you pray about the situation, God will also help you, and then also take the other step of talking to your family members or talking to your mentors in your marriage. If it's a relationship, you can talk to your friends. Remember, the first thing you've done is praying. You can pray to God to help the situation be better, and you can talk to friends and family and see the best way forward. And then one thing I always say is 2 heads are better than 1. If you have more than 5 friends telling you, you know what, Mary, I think this situation is not healthy for you. I think if you do this, it can be right. So sometimes it's always good to always listen to what people tell you. And trust me, if you listen, you will never go wrong. If you listen, you will never regret. So remember, my dear friends, we have talked about situations in life never getting better and only getting worse. So always remember, if you're in that toxic relationship, if you're in that toxic marriage and you feel it can only get worse, I would advise, if you don't want to leave your marriage, ask yourself, what is it that I can do before I get harmed? Because you've seen many people in marriage ending up killing their wives, ending up killing their husbands, even to the extent of killing their children. It's not even about the marriage situation only. We have only seen also situations such as drug addiction. If you don't want to be in a very critical situation where people think you can't change from your drug addiction, ask yourself, is it best time for me to get a counselor? Is it best time for me to consult people who have made it through drug addiction, or even go to rehabilitation? So whatever situation you're battling in and you feel it's already toxic in your life, start working on it right now. Because sometimes some things don't get better, they just get worse. But we can always make situations better for ourselves. And all this, we can achieve it if we love ourselves first. Because trust me, the moment you love yourself, you know what's best for you. And believing that you are a lion that God wants to roar in life, in terms of everybody has a purpose in this life. So always make sure you become the best out of yourself. I've been your host, Mary Muinde, on The Real Talk Show. Till we meet again.